I think that's a positive. Teachers are learning how to use technology that we haven't really had to use yet. So yeah, I think it'll definitely change.
Mm-hmm. So could you tell us how the American school system is built? Because most Swiss people do not know. Like, what happens after primary school? Where do you go? And could you kind of tell us what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody in the United States starts in kindergarten. So we have kindergarten through 5th grade is in what we call elementary school. You have one teacher for the most part that teaches all of your subjects. And then you go to middle school, which is usually 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So you're about 11 to 14 in middle school. And this is where you start to have teachers for different subjects and you move classes and that kind of thing. And then our high school works on a credit system. So you have to earn a certain amount of credits in order to graduate high school. Each class is either a credit or a half credit. We also have a capstone project in Connecticut. So it's like a major project that you have to do that counts as credit. And if you don't complete it, you don't graduate. And then once you finish high school, you have a few options. You can go to a trade school where you would learn how to be like a plumber, an electrician, a hairdresser, something like that. We also have a few trade high schools, so you would pair that with your high school career. You would come out with a trade, or you can go to college. And so colleges, we have community colleges, which are 2-year, and they give you either a certificate program, so for example, being a dental hygienist, medical assistant, something like that, or you can get your general studies degree. So that means you completed all of your like math, science, English, history, all of those credits you complete at community college. It's usually less expensive than a regular college or university. And then we also have 4-year colleges that are the traditional university experience for Americans. You get a bachelor's degree after your 4 years, and you pick a major based on whatever subject. There are private colleges and universities and public, and that really just depends on how much you're going to spend. So, for example, I'm going to a public university to get my master's degree, and it's significantly less expensive than the private Catholic college that I got my first master's degree and my undergraduate degree from.
Mm-hmm. So how does that credit system work? So is that just how much, like, is English like a full credit and then something like Spanish is a half credit, or?
So it goes by how long the class is per year. So for example, most high school freshmen take 7 classes because we have 8 periods in a day. And the 8th period would be lunch. So you have the opportunity to earn 7 credits throughout the year. English would be 1 credit, science would be 1 credit, math would be 1 credit, and our freshmen take American government, so that would be 1 credit. But then you might take a half a credit coding class to learn how to code computers, and then like a half a credit of gym, or you might take, so it's just how long throughout the school year you take that credit. And then I believe you need, it's either 25 or 26 credits by the end of your senior year in order to finish and graduate high school.
Mm-hmm. So oh my God. So you haven't started online classes yet, or is that still going to happen? What?
Yeah, so our kids are starting their actual assignments tomorrow. For the last 2 weeks, we had to figure out who had computers, who needed computers, that kind of thing. So they were given daily brain activities that were recommended, but they were not required by the district. And then their actual lessons will start tomorrow. But they're mostly like weekly assignments. So it's one big assignment that you have a week to finish. And if you finish it in 2 days because you're bored or you're grounded or whatever, then you submit it early. If you take the whole 7 days to finish it, then you have the whole 7 days to finish it. So that kind of assignment starts tomorrow.
And then what do you do with the kids that do not have like computers?
So other people higher up than me in the district where they they got a survey out to parents and families, and they asked if they had internet and if they had a computer or tablet besides a phone, just because I don't know if you guys use Google Classroom, but it's really difficult to use on your phone. It's possible, it's just difficult. So they collected all of that information, and then they went to all the different schools and they cleaned and disinfected and made sure all of the Chromebooks were working. And then starting tomorrow, families were given a letter with a time to come pick up a device that they can use. And I believe that's now their device. They're letting them keep it, but I'm not positive.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Switzerland, it's kind of, it's different, but I'm pretty sure it's about the same thing. They expect everyone to have a computer, but I think we're pretty rich. Switzerland is a pretty rich country. So they expect everyone to have a computer, and then they'd just be sending us emails and assignments. So it's basically the same thing, just that everyone is already kind of obligated to have a computer.
Yeah.
Let's get to my last question. Could you give me a song that best describes the world right now?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've been listening to a lot of Billy Joel. Do you know who that is?
Yes. I know one of his songs, Piano Man.
Yes. So he has a song called We Didn't Start the Fire, which that I think is very, kind of tells what's going on. And I know a few people online have rewritten it to talk about what's actually happening in our world today. So I think that's a good one. But there's also a song called Miami 2017, and it talks about how basically like New York City, like all the lights are off on Broadway, like the Yankees aren't playing baseball, like all these different. So I think that's also kind of relevant. There's, we don't really know what's going on. It's not our fault, and everything's shutting down and closing, and it's weird.
Yo, welcome back. I'm still here. I shouldn't be here, but I'm still here because Nina's awesome song that she tried to represent these times is not eligible in my country, so it's copyright claimed in my country. So I need to just quickly say that her song was "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel, but I'm unable to play it, so sorry, Nina, and I want to thank you all for listening to this 15-minute podcast about the coronavirus in our state right now and school and all that. Thank you.